So will it carry on the years past?
Every year, the legislature will set aside more money as
Okay,
far
good.
as that, as
Okay,
far as
thank
has
you.
provided.
Thank you.
So if I heard you right, the student teachers have to apply for this.
Student teachers must, we must agree what we're doing tonight. Student teachers must apply, and then they must be accepted.
Okay. So it's never gonna be any money out of our budget, it's always gonna be.
Correct.
Very good, thank you, Dr.
Roberts. Okay, I have a motion and a second. Any more further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
End of report.
Mr. Lawyer, AOC.
Nothing new. Couple of work session, same thing, holding pattern, looking for land, and hopefully we find some soon. Because everybody seems to be interested in this, and as soon as we can find land, then we can start engaging with the state reps and start talking to them about how much money they're going to kick in. And then we can start talking with the federal government and see how much money they can kick in. So hopefully they find something soon.
But doesn't mean that the public still can't donate.
That's correct.
That's gonna make sure that that's correct. So if they want to donate land or donate financial funds, they are still allowed to do that.
They
until
can.
such time. Okay.
They can.
I appreciate that. LIU, you all have your lovely little thing that comes in. I'm not like Miss Nestor. She'd like to go to those things. I didn't. So at this point, Gary, Dr. Bell, would you please stand for your whipping?
As long as I don't have that.
On behalf of the 9 other people that are here, at least the one in the back, and I'm sure several others that were here before you, we want to thank you and present you with this. You will be sorely missed, and I know we will. You will miss us dearly. Not at all.
I appreciate it, thanks.
And I appreciate it. Now you're up.
Well, thank you. Just don't start the timer. I do have a few things that I would like to say and share, because oftentimes things get missed. You as a board, or the community, or the staff, the teachers, and the students don't always hear all the things that we all get involved in. The process is really, really important that we take. And I really want to take a few minutes to first off say 2 words: thank you. Thank you. I definitely enjoyed the interview, Dee, and you. And yes, I purposefully wore blue and gold. Hopefully that wasn't the only reason I got hired. But I do want to take some time and speak to you as a board, current board, previous board, community, students, staff, all alike. Because it's very important to me to share with you what's been achieved since last December. I've been blessed with an opportunity to grow with you. I've been blessed with an opportunity to learn more about you, more than when I visited from Northern York, where I would play sports, and come down here and play against Littlestown, where I very much rooted against you. Now I very much rooted for you. You've achieved a lot of great things, and you've made a lot of great progress just since December. We've not only been able to expand upon what was previously built, a tremendous educational program, but also, one of the most important things, build and solidify a future great leadership team. They're going to lead the future programming and take this district to even greater heights. So I kind of broke some things down into some categories. Number 1, personnel. I mean, simply put, before I get to this, we all know the key is to invest in people, not a product, people. That's what creates a thriving school district. And when you take new staff, experienced staff in new positions, and combine them with a mixture of great talented staff, you actually create a dynamic and innovative place where not only people will stay, but people will want to come. The board hired an extremely competent central office leadership team consisting of the superintendent, excuse me, Tim, assistant superintendent Judy, executive assistant to the superintendent Carrie, executive assistant to the assistant superintendent Vanessa. Those 4 key people will lead you to a higher level in central office, but only because they'll be coupled with a very talented, already central office team. You've approved a high school principal, many new teachers and staff. They too will complement the existing exceptional teachers and staff that, quite frankly, I've been blessed to have an opportunity to interact with, learn more about, and talk to frequently. This existing and new central office team sets you in the stage to reach high levels of success and have a very impactful student future. Additionally, we were able to promote staff longevity, building on a previously agreed to teachers agreement, a 5-year agreement. We were able to solidify multi-year contracts and agreements for the superintendent, assistant superintendent, business administrator Thomas, Act 93 administration, support staff, extracurricular, co-curricular, coaches, events, and other supplemental staff. What does it mean? Many of the staff came to me and were happy that you were able to approve and they were able to receive contracts, but not just contracts in agreement. Contracts in agreement that provided clarification, competitiveness, and most importantly, consistency. Given that personnel are such a significant part of a great school district, I am convinced that the instructional staff, the support staff, and the administrative staff will foster additional positive changes and improvements and bring about the optimism that Dee talked about for the future for the Littlestown students and the broader community. What were you able to do in finances? You controlled budgetary expenditures with no tax increase for instruction or operational costs, while at the same time providing growth for the ACTI. You were able to purchase a new school bus to provide students with safety and security. And ultimately, we will be able to create a multi-year plan where we can provide more of those opportunities for our students. Secured several grants to cover mental health and school safety needs. Provide special needs students with educational offerings internally, not externally, while at the same time saving hundreds of thousands of taxpayer dollars. Develop multiple facility grants that have the possibility of getting you as a district to be able to afford previously cut items out of the projects or end-of-life HVAC projects and roofing that you will need at a cost of only 25% of the over $6 million cost. You completed an athletic feasibility study with scaled options, not a one-size-fits-all, not even a one-size-fits-some. Those options could potentially funded through donations as well as funding from land sales. You have multiple options. Finalize the last building bond for the project at a very low borrowing interest rate. And you minimize change orders with the high school, middle school project, saving thousands and thousands of dollars from the capital reserve. What did you do in the curriculum and policy area? Approved an early childhood summer academy. Joey talked about it today. You heard the benefits. That students will now be forging ahead with their schoolings, no longer be behind. Implement an iReady program that's a diagnostic adaptive assessment. Why? To personalize learning and instruction based on student need. Revise the curriculum handbook to create continuity in educational programming. Initiate revisions to future educational programming through the comprehensive planning committees. Approve athletic handbooks for coaches and student athletes to help students build character, self-discipline, a competitive and cooperative spirit, and great sportsmanship. You build a new digital citizenship curriculum. Why? Based on student need. Approved and updated student handbooks in all buildings. Reviewed and approved 20 policies on your own prior to joining PSBA. Why? To become consistent and code compliant. Implemented a new master's degree program for teachers through a partnership with your college at a 15% discount. Creation of an exclusive Littlestown master's degree cohort in conjunction with Wilson College to help teachers further meet the state requirements and the mandates that they have upon them to improve professional practice. Approved countless district-wide library resources for students and staff, numerous advanced placement and college and high school resources for students, modified the academic calendar to better meet the needs of the construction process and students and staff, and created a new financial investment plan for future investment opportunities. And the last area I want to highlight is communication. 3 key areas that we've strived to achieve, and I challenge you in the future to achieve even a higher greatness. Number 1, creating a student-first mentality in your daily decision-making process. This isn't definable. Nobody can go out and define it. It's simply the thought process you take when you make a decision in the future. So your future focus challenge must begin with first asking yourself, how will this decision or my vote tonight help students? Number 2, you need to seek enrichment instead of perceiving you've reached perfection. Oh, it's great to want to be perfect, but that's not always attainable. As a matter of fact, the process towards reaching perfection is more important than the product of perfection in and of itself, because you and you alone will be enriched and transfer that to the students. So your future focus must first begin with asking yourself, how will this process that I'm looking to implement enrich the lives of our students? And finally, striving to create a legacy of unification. First and foremost, if you want to be unified, you can become unified. If you don't want to be unified, you won't. Working together is easy to say, but hard to achieve. The best way to unify is to believe yourself as the person who serves others, more important than serving yourself. So your first thought needs to be, how does what I do today help students, and who can I serve first? So I want to summarize it this way. Achievements aren't about a list. They're about a process. Over the short period of time, we've all been witness to many, many achievements. But more importantly, we've implemented excellent processes and procedures. Together, we've built a governance system around process that is based on one thing: student enrichment. And also, then you will be placing students first. The challenge is this: follow it. Thank you.
Well, thank you. Well, I appreciate it, and the fact that we got you in a jersey.
Yeah, it's even better.
You know, the man only owns white shirts, so. Okay, old business, the August FMX report is in your packet. Everybody got that? Monthly enrollment report, which I hear you're going up, is going up.
Carl, really quick on that.
Go
Well,
ahead.
no, I was just looking at the report today, and it was just noted that first grade in 2024 had 1,224 students. So I don't, did
That
you
should
see
be
that?
hundred and twenty-two.
So I wasn't sure what the,
That should be hundred and twenty-two. That's okay. And then-
Joey, Mr. Moran will.
I just didn't know it was anything, so.
You got two
I mean, that's a pretty big class.
Yeah.
We'll fix that, okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, I understand myself.
Okay. We need, under the new business, we need a PSBA representative, and has to be from the school board, I do believe, very correct, right? Yeah, has to be a school board member, and I don't think it's to be somebody that we just go, okay, right, arbitrarily you. It needs to be somebody that's voted on and picked out and nominated, just like president and everything else. So, at this point, I would like to open the floor for nominations for the PSBA representative.
Nick Lowell.
I have Nick. Anybody else? Closing nominations. That went perfectly well.
Thank you so much, Mary. Another job is just what I need.
It's gonna either be you or me, so I mean, if you wanna do it, that's fine. I mean, I don't care. I mean, let the youth have it. Okay, all those in favor of Mr. Nick Lovell?
Well, do we know that, is he okay with that nomination? Are you all right with that? Can we?
Do you have the time, or
Tag team
do
off
I need
each other?
to take it on?
I'll accept.
Okay.
Thank you, Nick.
All those in favor of Nick being the PSB representative for Littlestown Area School District Board, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Okay. Mr. Menzel, Dr. Menzel, excuse me, apologize on that one. I'm sorry that you will not get to see kickoff, but I wasn't long-winded. It was him.
Carl, I just have one.
Okay. Yes.
Can I?
Good, yeah.
Okay. All right, so many in the community see me on the sidelines, see me on the court with a camera behind, in front of me. Okay, so due to some misinformation that's swirling around the district, I wanted to set the record straight concerning me taking photographs at school sporting events. From the time that I took oath of office in December of 2023, I have not made one penny from any of the thousands of pictures that I have taken at the 28 Littlestown sporting events that I've attended so far. I happily volunteer my time, I love doing it, and it's for the district, it's for the students, and the athletes and their families to enjoy for not only now, but many years to come. So I just wanted to clear that up, that if you see me on the sideline taking pictures, or at the courts, they are for the athletes and their families and the coaches to enjoy. So, thank you.
You don't understand that, you're one who want your picture taken.
Yep.
Okay, anything
Thank you
else?
so much for doing that.
You're welcome.
All right.
It's
I need
not
a
really
motion
to
to
the
adjourn.
So moved.
Second,
Second.
All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.